All right, guys. Things have been a little tough lately, haven't they? I've got some people who haven't turned things in. I got some people who have low grades on things. And you know what? I'm feeling like I'm feeling like Christmas. I'm feeling like doing something nice. Because again, for the most part, most of you have been keeping up, and I understand we all have things that we're doing in our lives. Therefore, let me explain how the last bit of this semester is going to go. I'm going to open a folder on Angel in the next couple of days that just says Final Portfolio. In this final portfolio will be the personal profile, the source reviews, and the research paper, and there will also be another test resubmission which will have explicit instructions. What I'm going to do is all of the grades are now open. If you want to revise something, or don't tell anyone if you want to turn something in that you didn't turn in before, I'll grade it because I'm feeling nice. This is your place to get done what you need to get done. I've taught you everything I can teach you. I will help you write the research paper. And in fact, I'm going to give you an assignment today that I want to use to work with you guys writing this paper. But everything is now open. Due dates, as long as everything gets done before the finals week, which I'm thinking is going to be, I'm going to put that as the Wednesday before finals. As long as you guys get everything done there, you're going to be doing pretty good. In fact, there's going to be a final in this class, and I'm still writing it. I don't know if it's going to be a test or if it's going to be some type of presentation you have to do. I'm open to suggestions. Maybe we should have a conversation about it in the course lobby. I really want to do a presentation in this class because basically I've been doing YouTube presentations for so long. And, you know, guys, it's actually kind of easy. You do need a webcam, but I'm just not sure if I'm comfortable making you go out and buy one right now. And I don't know if one is available to use in the library. So what I'm thinking about doing for this online class the next time I deliver it, rather than making you buy a textbook, you need to buy a webcam and a headset. And then you can always just record your presentation somewhere. You could do it. That's the idea. You guys don't have to worry about that right now. I'm still writing the final. Anyway, we do still have this gigantic research paper to write. 5 pages. How are we ever going to do that? Well, we got to do it step by step. And guess what? You don't want to write your introduction first. No, it is a bad idea. Don't start with the introduction. That is going to stab you in the back. Think about it like this. I have a good buddy who works at another school. Let's call him Frank. Frank, let's say I just met him 5 minutes ago. I have to introduce Frank. All I could tell you is Frank is tall. Frank doesn't do his hair in the morning. Frank really needs to shave. I can't really tell you much about Frank, can I? Now, wait a minute. I've actually known Frank for about 6 years. Now, what can I tell you about Frank? I can tell you Frank loves to drive way too fast at night, and he has a lot of tickets. I can tell you Frank has read everything Shakespeare ever wrote because he doesn't have a life. I can tell you that Frank plays so much Xbox that his eyes have bled. Now, here's the thing. You guys have a better idea what type of person Frank is now, right? More than just his physical appearance. You know what type of person he is. And the thing is I can explain Frank, I can introduce Frank so much better because I know him and I've taken the time to know him. Here's the wisdom. I shall impart it upon you now. Don't write your intro first. Write your paper first. Start with the first paragraph that you're in the middle. I follow this thing called Taoism. It's this Eastern philosophy. And sometimes you have to kind of step away from process in order to really know what it is you're doing. Anyway, here's your assignment this week. And this is going to be good because I'm going to actually ask you to write a section of your paper. I want you to write a paragraph of your paper. Don't take the time to introduce the concept to me, though. I want you to pick one detail. One thing that you can talk about. Let me use an example from one of your topics. Andrew, talking to you. I need to do that more often. Anyway, Andrew, you're talking about NASCAR racing? Let's say in our first detail, let's just pick one right out of the air. NASCAR racing. The clientele of NASCAR racing includes certain demographics. I'm going to ask you to fill in the blanks from there, but maybe we would say NASCAR has a lot of males. NASCAR has a lot of people from particular income brackets. I don't know if this is true or not. I'm just talking. NASCAR has most of its fans in a particular geographic region. You see how that's just jumping right in. Don't worry about making anything connect. You're just talking, right? You have to start somewhere. That's what we use to write these big papers. So here's what I want you to do, and you're going to do it in that space right down there in the discussion forum. I know you can see it. Once you write a paragraph. But I'm throwing you a curveball. What you need to do is you need to quote something for this paragraph. You're going to use what I like to call research format. Typically, the best way to do a quote is to put it right in the middle of the paragraph. So here's what I want you to do. You're going to write one paragraph. Don't worry about it too much. It's just a start. But I want you to talk to me about something that you're going to explain. In the middle of that paragraph, or as close to the middle as you can, you're going to put a quote. And in that quote, you're going to do a really good citation that is called an in-text citation. I'll teach you more about that a little later, but if you're using an electronic resource, the rules of MLA have changed a little bit. All you got to do is tell me where it came from. Therefore, NASCAR paragraph. I'm talking about NASCAR, I'm talking about the demographics. Get to the middle of the paragraph. According to CNN.com, NASCAR clienteles typically come from this area. Bam, you're done. Very simple. But if you can get me a nice solid paragraph today, I'll go in and I'll look at them and I'll see if I can give you more advice on where to go from there. Rather than asking you to write this whole paper on your own, I want to piece this thing together bit by tiny bit. And this is the first step. So do it now. Do it now. All right. I know I said no due dates, but I lied. I want you to do this before Friday so I can give you a little bit of advice. Also, as soon as I get that final portfolio thing up, as soon as you start resubmitting things, send me an email. And you guys have probably noticed that I got a lot going on here right now. Keep bugging me about it, and I'll keep raising your grade. Don't be afraid to resubmit things because I'm not going to lower your grade, only going to raise it. So the more that you resubmit and the more you're talking to me right now, the better a chance you have of getting your grade where it needs to be. So I think that concludes our YouTube lecture for the day. I'll include specific instructions in writing down below it. But for right now, you write your paragraph and try to be excited. Well, I got to click the stop button. Ha!